He first grabbed headlines as the teenage gold miner whose early successes on Alaska's Big Nugget mine seemed too good to be true. Today, at just 26, Parker Schnabel stands as one of TV's most recognizable prospectors, and his lifestyle has evolved far beyond the cramped mining camp he once called home. From multiple waterfront residences to a fleet of luxury vehicles, private jet travel, and high-end investments, his life now mirrors the riches he extracts from the Yukon, Tanana gold fields. Let's explore the extravagant world he's built, beginning with how Parker turned pan into power. When Parker joined Discovery Channel's gold rush at age 16, his earnings were modest, a share of mine profits that sometimes hovered around $50,000 a season after expenses. He lived rough, bunking in a 12-foot trailer, cooking freeze-dried meals, and working 16-hour shifts in sub-zero temperatures. But Parker's knack for operational efficiency and bold decision-making paid off. By 2013, he had negotiated full control of the Big Nugget dredge and introduced mechanized wash plants that boosted yield by 25%. That translated into newfound profits, averaging $300,000 per season. And Parker reinvested every penny back into equipment upgrades. Within 2 years, annual net earnings soared past $1 million. Parker expanded operations to multiple claims, adding a second dragline dredge named Gold Digger and a fleet of cat excavators. By continually scaling up, he tapped richer pay dirt and averaged over $3 million profit per season between 2015 and 2018. Discovery camera crews documented his purchases of 20,000-gallon water pumps, custom hydraulic sluice boxes, and giant rotary scrubbers, all six-figure investments that attested to his appetite for bigger digs and bigger paydays that as profits climbed. Parker's personal wealth grew accordingly. In 2017, he purchased his first luxury home, a 5-bedroom lodge on a private inlet near Juneau, Alaska, complete with a 3-car garage, a dock for his 28-foot fishing boat, and floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking emerald waters. The purchase price, undisclosed at the time, has been estimated by real estate analysts at roughly $2.3 million. He later acquired a second property in Juneau's Mendenhall Valley, a 3-acre estate featuring a heated in-ground pool, spa, and lakeside fire pit. A multi-million-dollar retreat where he hosts fellow miners, investors, and celebrities for seasonal barbecues. Vehicles are another pillar of his lavish lifestyle. Parker's personal fleet includes a matte black 2021 Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG SUV. Retail price over $200,000, which he uses to navigate gravel logging roads in spawning runs. He also owns a customized Polaris RZR XP 4-seater side-by-side for off-road exploration on remote claims, decked out with reinforced roll cages, rock lights, and a high-output turbo engine. For highway travel, he drives a white 2020 Ford F-350 Platinum pickup, outfitted with leather seats, a lifted suspension, and a towing package to haul excavators between mine sites. But the apex of his transportation assets is Parker's private jet access. He holds memberships in a fractional ownership program with a Citation CJ4, granting him up to 50 annual flight hours on a light jet capable of 430 miles per hour at 45,000 feet. That bird isn't parked on his home tarmac, but it whisks him from Juneau to Los Angeles for business meetings, investor roadshows, and media appearances, cutting a 36-hour ferry drive down the Alaska Highway into a 3-hour hop. When he's not in the Citation, he also charters Phenom 300 jets for VIP guests on Gold Rush, ensuring the show's cast arrives punctually and in style. Outside of real estate and wheels, Parker indulges in high-end timepieces and fashion. His watch collection includes a Rolex Submariner in stainless steel, retail price around $9,000, and a Panerai Luminar GMT, fetching about $12,000. He's been spotted in limited edition rugged leather jackets from Belstaff, priced near $2,500, and custom-stitched cowboy boots from Lucchese, each pair valued at over $700. His everyday wardrobe leans into function meets fashion. Carhartt canvas chore coats paired with premium denim from Filson and belted by handcrafted leather straps from Nashville's Hatfield and McCoy. When it comes to entertainment, he spares no expense. His Juneau Lodge features a dedicated game room with a Brunswick pool table, digital jukebox, and a 9.1 Dolby Atmos home theater system with reclining leather seats. He stocks a bar with top-shelf whiskey. Parker's personal favorites include Macallan 18-year and Blanton's single-barrel bourbon, and an eclectic selection that caters to visiting poker buddies. He spends summer weekends deep-sea fishing for halibut and king salmon. Either on his 28-foot Proline Sport Fisher or on a 40-foot charter, he occasionally rents for extended trips, complete with overnight berths and a full galley. Culinary experiences rank high on his priority list, too. When in Anchorage, he prefers the Marx Brothers Cafe, a gastropub known for elk bolognese and fresh-caught sable fish, where a dinner for four with wine easily tops $500. Back in Los Angeles for Gold Rush events, he's a regular at upscale sushi spots like Nobu Malibu, throwing down six-figure checks when hosting clients and sponsors. Parker's Instagram highlights document champagne breakfasts at the Beverly Hills Hotel and rooftop cocktails at Skybar, each post underscoring how seamlessly he navigates between remote mining camps and celebrity-frequented hot spots. His romantic life also mirrors his ascent. While Parker keeps current dating relationships private, he's been linked to high-profile social media influencers spotted at his Juneau estate. Paparazzi photos captured a summer soiree featuring chartered food trucks, live acoustic sets, and a guest list that included reality stars and tech entrepreneurs. Word is he's financed extended vacations for guests in Cabo San Lucas and Costa Rica, booking luxury villas with private chefs and helicopter tours of active volcanoes, experiences that cost upwards of $10,000 per night. Investments beyond gold further pad his portfolio. Parker has quietly backed a Portland-based craft whiskey distillery, acquiring an equity stake in an approaching Series A round valued at $8 million. He's also plowed capital into a renewable energy startup developing modular hydropower generators, an investment aligned with his water-intensive mining and reflective of his pivot towards sustainable practices. Early documents suggest his seed contribution of $250,000 carries preferential stock terms, including annual dividend rights and advisory board seats. Perhaps most striking are his philanthropic ventures. In 2019, Schnabel established the Schnabel Foundation, funding scholarships for Alaska Native students pursuing degrees in engineering and geology. The foundation's first two grants, $50,000 each, went to University of Alaska Fairbanks recipients specializing in environmental science. In 2021, the foundation partnered with a wildlife conservation nonprofit to finance remote camera projects monitoring Ursus arctos populations, fusing his mining passion with wildlife stewardship. Annual foundation budget sits around $200,000, largely underwritten by Parker's personal payouts, by reinvesting profits, diversifying investments, and indulging in luxury experiences. Parker Schnabel has built an opulent lifestyle few prospectors ever achieve. Yet he insists on maintaining his blue-collar work ethic, waking at 4 a.m. in load-rich summers to survey pits, negotiating with claim owners at midday, and returning home only when satellite uplink schedules and investor calls are done. In his view, every ounce of gold refined into personal pleasure or philanthropic grant must start with a shovel in hand and a sluice box roaring. By his early 20s, Parker's annual income had surged to more than $5 million, and with it came a level of staffing and management that any Fortune 500 executive would envy. Behind Parker's outdoorsman image is a tight-knit cadre of advisors, managers, and specialists securing every dollar and optimizing each asset. His core finance team starts with a principal accountant and CPA from a top Anchorage firm, handling everything from quarterly profit and loss statements on multiple mine sites to annual audits for the Schnabel Foundation. They maintain a diversified asset allocation model, 40% in real estate holdings, 25% in liquid equities, 15% in private equity stakes, including his craft whiskey distillery and hydrogenerator startup, 10% in fixed income instruments, and the remaining 10% in alternative assets like fine art, and limited edition timepieces. This structure aims for a blended annual return of 7 to 8%, buffering against gold's cyclical price swings. His legal counsel, an Alaskan boutique that specializes in mineral rights, negotiates lease extensions on 6 gold claims covering 15,000 acres, locking in royalty rates at 15% over spot. As gold trades near $2,000 per ounce, those leases generate projected annual passive income of $1.8 million from claim payments alone. Parker's team also secures options on adjacent parcels, granting purchase rights at fixed rates through 2027, hedging against future mineral discoveries while limiting upfront capital. Real estate management has likewise become a discipline unto itself. His 2 primary residences are supported by full-time groundskeepers, house managers, and security personnel. In Juneau, a staff of 4 maintains the estate's dock, remote access gates, and geothermal heating system, while rotating chefs prepare locally sourced fare, king salmon, Alaskan halibut, Dungeness crab, tailored to seasonal availability. Annual upkeep, taxes, and staff wages tally roughly $350,000 per property. In Los Angeles, his 2-bedroom loft near LAX, acquired in 2019 for $1.5 million, is managed remotely, rented short-term at $425 per night when he's away, netting an additional $40,000 per year after platform fees and cleaning costs. Parker's fleet expansion also reflects sophisticated asset management. Beyond his G63 AMG and Polaris side-by-side, he leases a pair of Mercedes Sprinter vans, one retrofitted as a mobile command center for on-site operations, the other as a VIP shuttle for off-road dinners. Each van carries communication gear, satellite uplink equipment, and temperature-controlled storage for drill core samples. Leasing costs run about $2,000 per month per vehicle, but avoid the upfront depreciation hit of a purchase. For seasonal surges, he charters heavy-haul trucks to transport machinery from Fairbanks to Nome, each trip costing $75,000 round trip, and logs those as operational expenses against mining revenues, reducing his effective tax burden. On the personal side, Parker's appetite for experiential luxury has led him to bespoke travel and hospitality offerings. He subscribes to a private jet membership that grants him access to Lear's 60 XRs on demand, supplementing his citation hours. Those jets, chartered through Blade, run $6,000 per flight hour, but Parker's annual membership packages yield a 20% discount. He's logged over 200 flight hours in 2021 alone, 90% business-related, 10% leisure, averaging $960,000 in annual jet expenses, net of membership credits. Vacation itineraries read like a billionaire's bucket list, a month-long yacht charter across the South Pacific. Using a 140-foot vessel complete with submarine and helipad, costs upwards of $1.2 million per week, and Parker has done it twice. He's also explored private island rentals, where week-long stays on exclusive Bahamian cays command $750,000 before add-ons. For his post-season company retreat, he recently booked 4 beachfront villas in Costa Rica at $3,000 per night, hosting 12 executives and their partners for team-building excursions, ziplining, whitewater rafting, and gold panning lessons, totaling $100,000 in lodging alone. Grooming his public image remains a strategic investment. His media PR firm, headquartered in LA, manages brand collaborations and social media campaigns. In 2020, a 3-month Instagram partnership with a Swiss watchmaker paid him $150,000 upfront, plus another $50,000 in product credits. Parker negotiates a 0.5% equity stake in lifestyle brands rather than higher cash fees, wagering on long-term upside. His current portfolio includes a 1% stake in a premium sports nutrition line and a 2% share in an eco-friendly outdoor apparel startup. Those startups project Series B valuations at $25 million, potentially netting Parker $250,000, $500,000 on equity appreciation. At home, the Schnabel Foundation has matured into a separate nonprofit entity with its own board of directors and a dedicated grants manager. Annual distributions, sourced from 5% of Parker's mining profits. Average $250,000 per year, funding scholarships, equipment grants for geology field camps, and educational workshops in rural Alaskan communities. In 2022, the foundation's assets surpassed $1 million, allowing it to underwrite multi-year fellowships. Parker serves as board chair, convening quarterly meetings via video link, ensuring grants align with both academic rigor and community impact. Beyond grants, he launched an annual Schnabel Scholarship Fishing Derby, bringing 50 underprivileged youth to Juneau for a long weekend fishing camp. Costs per child, lodging, gear, instruction, meals, run $2,000, making the event a $100,000 endeavor. Parker joins in every season, coaching participants on lure selection and fish processing techniques, reinforcing his commitment to hands-on mentorship. Looking forward, Parker's plan to capitalize on his media profile includes a digital education platform teaching Modern Gold Mining 101. Partnering with a Silicon Valley edtech startup, he's developing modular courses, video lessons, interactive 3D mine-site simulations, and live Q&A masterclasses. Course fees of $499 per enrollee could generate six-figure revenue streams. A pilot run targeted 500 students in 2023, promising $250,000 in top-line intake. If that scales to 5,000 students annually, the platform could add $2.5 million to his bottom line, with development and hosting costs contained under $100,000 per year. In sum, Parker Schnabel's second act has become as meticulously engineered as his mining operations. A lean crew guides his finances, a staged fleet meets every logistical challenge, and a curated mix of experiential and passive investments fuels both lifestyle and leverage. As the next gold rush unfolds, whether in the Klondike or on digital frontiers, Parker's model may prove that you really can pan profits into power, turning sluice boxes into luxury estates and sluicing profits into legacy. He's proven that relentless work ethic and strategic reinvestment can turn rugged mining claims into multi-million-dollar empires. But Parker Schnabel's story continues to evolve far beyond sluice boxes and pay-dirt profits. Off the clock, he embraces a range of passions that blend adventure, wellness, and creative expression, each reflecting the balance he seeks between life in the wild and time spent within the comforts he's earned. Most mornings Parker rises before dawn, not in a camp trailer, but in his Juneau Estate's master suite, where floor-to-ceiling windows frame glassy fjords and snow-topped mountains. He slips on custom-made leather moccasins, crafted by an Alaskan artisan using sustainably tanned hides, and pads barefoot to his infrared sauna. There, heat therapy accelerates recovery for his knee joints, worn from years of dredging and ATV maneuvers, while he scrolls through a meditation app calibrated to his heart rate variability. In 10 minutes, he's sweat-cleansed, mind cleared, ready for a day that may begin with a helicopter flight to remote claims or a board meeting via satellite link. Sustainability has become a guiding principle. Parker recently installed solar arrays on his properties, generating up to 40 kilowatts to power home heating, water pumps, and electric watercraft charging stations. He owns 2 electric hybrid water taxis, 22-foot vessels outfitted with silent trolling motors, used for eco-friendly wildlife tours. Guests pay $250 per head for harbor cruises that incorporate marine mammal spotting and botanist-led foraging expeditions. All proceeds funnel back into the Schnabel Foundation's wildlife preservation grants, marrying what might seem like leisure tourism with genuine ecological stewardship. Adventure remains central to his identity. When season permits, Parker pilots his personal float plane, a de Havilland Beaver he refurbished in his hangar bay at Juneau's municipal airport. After brushing up his bush flying ratings, he now scoots into narrow coves along the inside passage, scouting unclaimed mine sites from above or transporting technicians to floating processing barges. His Beaver's custom avionics package includes terrain avoidance sensors, and a Garmin glass cockpit, upgrades that cost over $200,000, but ensure safety during low-visibility landings on tide flats. For Parker, that cockpit view is as intoxicating as any trophy gold nugget. Fitness stays front and center. He retains a personal trainer specializing in functional movement and high-altitude conditioning. Their regimen includes sled pushes with kettlebells, Nordic hamstring curls, and pistol squats on unstable surfaces, all designed to mimic the uneven terrain of washplant platforms and tailings ponds. On rough days, he'll supplement with guided rock climbing sessions at an Alaskan crag, where routes range from 5.8 to 5.12 difficulty ratings. He logs these workouts on a wearable platform that tracks exertion zones and recovery status, adjusting nutrition through a dietitian-curated meal plan rich in salmon, venison, quinoa, and antioxidant-packed berries. His circle of friends has likewise broadened. Once firmly rooted among fellow commercial miners, Parker now hosts lakehouse retreats for a band of tech entrepreneurs, Hollywood creatives, and finance chiefs, people drawn to his reputation as a fearless risk-taker. Attendees arrive by float plane and spend long weekends in guided fly fishing sessions for Arctic grayling, off-road expeditions in Can-Am side-by-sides, and night swims in heated jetted tubs. Evenings revolve around wood-fired pizza ovens and cedar smoke barbecues, with Parker swapping war stories about frozen sluice boxes and high-stakes equipment breakdowns as guests sip craft beers from Anchorage breweries. These gatherings often close with brainstorming sessions for new ventures. He's already backed 2 guests' fintech startups and a marine technology prototyping lab. Creatively, Parker has stepped into the realm of documentary production. Partnering with a Seattle indie studio, he's co-executive produced Wild Gold, Beyond the Pay Dirt, a series exploring indigenous mining traditions and the cultural history of placer gold. The show intercuts spectacular drone footage of river gravels with interviews of Tlingit elders, experts in traditional sluicing methods, and environmental scholars. Parker invested $500,000 of his capital into post-production, sound design, and festival submissions. The series premiered at the Banff Mountain Film Festival and has secured a 2025 release on a major streaming service, promising multi-year licensing fees and heightened visibility for his personal brand. Family remains grounding. Though Parker's lifestyle sprinted ahead of his teenage years on a frozen creek, he carves out time to visit his parents in Haley, Idaho, where they manage a ranch and host annual 4th of July pig roasts. He purchased acreage nearby to build a rustic mountain cabin, combining local timber with repurposed mining camp artifacts. Rusted sluice panels become kitchen backsplashes. Old rigging cables form staircase railings. During harvest festivals, he saddles up on a sorrel quarter horse his father bred, trading horsepower for horsepower in the rodeo ring. These pilgrimages remind him that gratitude and perspective anchor even the most lavish lives. Looking forward, Parker's roadmap includes launching a luxury outdoor apparel line under the Schnabel brand. Initial samples feature technical breathable canvases, reinforced seams, and integrated GPS beacon pouches for backcountry safety. He's negotiated with a cutting-edge textile mill in Vermont to produce sustainable, biodegradable fabrics. Pre-orders from expedition outfitters and boutique retailers could generate $1 million in first-year revenue. Profits will support his new venture, an outdoor leadership academy for underprivileged youth, teaching survival skills, environmental ethics, and professional mining operations. In celebrity circles, Parker's transformation, from rugged teen prospector to polished entrepreneur, has earned him speaking invites at TEDx Anchorage and Davos cross-sector forums. He addresses climate adaptation in resource industries and ethical capitalism, sharing frameworks he's developed for mine reclamation and community partnerships. These engagements pay speaker fees ranging from $25,000 to $50,000, an echo of his willingness to monetize every skill he hones, whether with pan or podium. At 26, Parker Schnabel epitomizes modern resource magnates, part Wild West frontiersman, part Silicon Valley strategist. His digs deliver gold, but he's built castles in the air and on shorelines, curated intellectual capital, and fostered a culture of reinvestment and responsibility. The man who once lived on freeze-dried beans now breakfasts on sustainably caught salmon and plans capital raises in between mine site surveys. Parker's journey demonstrates that striking it rich is only the first step. Sustaining and enjoying those riches requires vision, discipline, and a fearless embrace of every frontier, physical, intellectual, and cultural.